Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to United View. Welcome to the road trip for Manchester United against Fulham down at the Cottage, man. Another big game, another tough away game, another tough opposition to face, another good team to face. And listen, if we don't win this one, yeah, like we said on the preview, me and Owen, this is like the last. The bar's low. Hear me out. This is like the last option or chance there is to like get near mid-table. If we lose today, I think Fulham will be like 9 clear of us or something. I can't remember the exact number, but a considerable distance ahead of us if they put us to bed today. And then, you know, the whole mid-table, it would basically condemn us like indefinitely to the proper like 14th, 15th, 13th, like, because, you know what I'm saying, it'll be done. It'll be done. And it's always a flipping hard game against Fulham. It's always a tough game against Fulham. Our record's actually good against them. Like, they've only beat us once in like the last, I don't know, 16, 17 times. Like, a lot of times. They haven't beaten us a lot, but every game is close. That FA Cup game, which was crazy. Of course, they beat us at Old Trafford for the first time in hundreds of years, pretty much, last season. You know, we beat them at their place last season, last minute. Leno, Bruno, you know what I mean? Probably should have done better, Leno, but clutch. Season before that, Garnacho, clutch. So we've had, and also we've had some good outings at Fulham as well, some comfortable afternoons. But recent history, whether it be at Old Trafford or at the Cottage, we're not in for an easy game. And you look at the players they got, you look at, you know, the defence they got. Anthony Robinson's always at it. Hate playing against him. He's super good at it. Physical, up and down, aggressive. You know what I mean? On that side, you got the likes of obviously Smith Rowe in there now. Raul Jimenez is in great form. Harry Wilson, you know what he's on, cutting in off the sides, off the right hand side. Or Adama, if they start him, he's got a point to prove against Leacher after, you know, Leacher put up that little post last time. So you just know that's waiting to come back. They've got a problem at right back, fair enough. Kenny Tete, I think he's injured. Castagna's been playing there. But, you know, you look at, what's his name? Obviously, Bassi and Anderson, Zander Berg in there. Just workhorses, man. They're just a good team. And Marcus was a good manager. So this is not going to be an easy game. For us, how are we going to mix things up? How are we going to freshen things up? I mean, Kobe and Ugarte probably come back in. Yeah, they're on the bench against Rangers. But Toby Collier did well. Does he reward him and give him a start? I don't know if he does. Is there any mileage in this Kobe playing further forward? If Eriksen could do it, you know, maybe there is. Maybe that concern I've got about Kobe playing further forward and the lack of running and the lack of legs. I know it's at home to Rangers, so it's a bit of a different game, but it does prove that in certain games, Kobe could play in there, in that right 10. Bruno is the man. So is Ahmad, really. Like, whether they're playing good, bad, or indifferent, those two are the ones who look the most likely to cause damage. You know what I mean? Bruno's getting a lot of looks at goal, takes a lot of shots. You know what I mean? He's the penalty taker. And he can score goals. We know that, and he can create them. Ahmad is exactly that too, even if he's not having the best of games, which I saw people against Rangers saying, he wasn't even that good, and this, that, and the other. Rare Garnacho looks better, and this, that, and the other. He still looked like the most likely, and both wingers look very likely to cause trouble. We just, you know, it was just a bit unlucky against Rangers, which I can admit now. But I just, with the Garnacho situation, all the noise that's going on there, that whole goodbye at Old Trafford thing, and was that his last game, and all the noise is continuing to rumble on. We've heard about the Nkunku links now as well. It's a definite thing that's been looked at. That's for sure. That's for sure. Is he involved? Do they keep him out of it? Is he just on the bench, out of squad rotation anyway, but then he's an unused sub? I think if he's an unused sub today, it will tell us a lot about the game. I know there's context about how the game could go, but I'll be very surprised. And up front, the Xerxes-Højlund thing continues. Again, I'd still go with Xerxes at this present time. He didn't really get much of the ball against Rangers, really, if I'm honest. He didn't, not at all. But I'd still go with him, let him continue his confidence. And we just, listen, it's about the character, innit? Like, the Ruben Amorim spoke about it so much. Like, if these lot believe that we can start turning the corner or just stabilise with a few results or something, change the mood, then it's on them. They got to start showing it. Like, even against Rangers, and this is why I was pissed off, like, we were in control of that game, fair enough. We had bags of chances to finish off the game. We deserved to win by more. But the Bozo gene was still there. The Bozo gene was still there. You know, you haven't closed out the game. One ball over the top. All of a sudden, we find ourselves in panic stations at 1-1. Yes, good character to come back and get the winner that shows a bit of character, so that's a bit of a positive, but shouldn't have been in that position. And if you do that against better teams, i.e. Fulham, on the road as well, you're in trouble. You're in trouble, man. You know what I mean? Fulham score goals as well. You know what I'm saying? They score an average of a couple of goals a game. You know what I mean? Iwobi's in good form. Like I said, Jimenez is in good form. Smith Rowe. You know, they've got Nelson as well. They've got players who can hurt us. I mean, you saw what Adama Traore did to us last season at Old Trafford, finished us off as well. So we always know about him. So they're going to be ready to play. Marco Silva will have them organised. They're a difficult nut to crack. We know that. Fulham are a really, really good team. And in midfield, again, they're good. Andreas Pereira as well, I keep forgetting. So they got players. They got players who can hurt us. We know what it is. But of course we can beat Fulham. But it's just about the level of performance. Do you know what I'm saying? Also, this goalkeeper thing. I mean, look, a couple of accounts were saying, oh, he hasn't travelled, Onana, this, that, and that. And then, you know what I mean, shout out United Menace, he was like, that's cap. Like, he's travelled. So we'll see. United Menace don't usually miss. But this Bayern thing, you know, some journalists have been writing about it. They've been saying, listen, this shit, should he get another go? Should he get a go in the Premier League? And I would be stunned. But to be fair, let's call a spade a spade. We were stunned to see Bayern against Spurs. I was quite shocked to see him say he was going to start him against Arsenal. And then even after what he'd done against Arsenal, I was still quite surprised to see him play in Europa League. So what we do know, Ruben Amorim don't give a shit. He ain't scared to put him in. Either whether that's to send a message to Onana to bucket ideas up, or it's something that's a little bit open for debate right now in terms of form, and he just wants the best for the team in terms of who's better in form. Does Onana need some time out, or is his place in jeopardy? Now, I could be overthinking that way too much, and, you know, the goalkeeper's Onana today, which, fine. But what we have seen is clearly in the cup competitions, it's not a foregone conclusion of like, yeah, you know, he just came in for that shit game in the Carabao Cup and he played shit and then that's it. He's not. No, after them heroics against Arsenal and coupled with Onana making the clanger that he made against Brighton, because he was good against Southampton. He made a lot of saves actually. But, you know, if he doesn't buck his ideas up and keeps making mistakes like that, he might force Ruben Amorim into a decision that we might not thought would have been coming this early. Do you know what I'm saying? In terms of the number one. So, and you don't want to be changing your number one each game. So I think Onana will be back in there, but let's be real. I can't put my hand on my heart and say 100% he's definitely going to start. It does feel a little bit like, this is interesting. Let's see that team news. Do you know what I mean? Let's see that team news. And of course, I don't think Rashford's even travelled actually. So we know that. So yeah, smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. I ain't that confident with this one. I ain't gonna lie. I know it's cliche, but if we do win, it's going to be very, very, very tight by one goal. I can't see it being a routine afternoon. And like I said, we could easily be on the wrong end of this. I ain't feeling confident. I'll say that. That's what I am going to say. I'm going to give a prediction, but I'm not feeling confident. I'll see you there, guys, for the match view. I'll be on there as well. I'm out of here. Take care. Peace.